Hello everybody, Tohami Pro here. Welcome to a brand new Tohami Productions video. Today I'm going to be talking about this whole Leafy versus H3H3 situation and the drama around it, and I'm just going to give my thoughts about it. Now, in case if you don't know, although I'm pretty sure you do, I'm just going to recap the series of events which took place which caused this drama. Now, what happened is H3H3 is a pretty popular YouTuber. I mean, I don't really have to introduce him. Pretty much everyone knows him by now. But he made a rant about Leafy, talking about how all he does on his channel is make fun of small, vulnerable YouTubers and why it basically isn't cool for him to do that. And the specific example he used, or the one he focused on the most, was this one guy who Leafy made a video about reacting to him filming himself leaving the grocery store and seeing two women in their car pulling out of the parking lot with eggs on top of it, like they forgot to put it in their car before they left. So to save the eggs, he went over and told them about it and put it in their car. And then he asked them if he can film them and makes like a kind of long ramble. It's really awkward about how he should do these things not for reward or anything like that, which is kind of obvious. Like, it was a nice thing to do, but he's kind of like overreacting to it. But you'll see why it's kind of weird that he used this example later. But he goes on about that. He got pretty upset in his video, talking about how he doesn't know why the YouTube community isn't standing up against this stuff, and why Leafy is essentially a bully and stuff like that. And then Leafy is here, made his own kind of video about H3H3, and this is where it starts getting really weird. In his video, he talks about, he shows like he goes really off topic and essentially strays away from the issue and talks more about why H3H3 is a hypocrite. And he shows like all these Skype conversations and stuff like that. Then he pulls in Pyrocynical and stuff like that. And that's essentially what happened. Now, this is why this whole situation is weird. Now, I'm going to start with H3H3, but I'm going to criticize all parties involved in this, or at least only H3H3 and Leafy, because, I mean, everyone else is pretty much just bystanders in it. But essentially, the guy who Leafy was making fun of was on Tosh.0, and some of my friends pointed this out to me, because I actually didn't see this, and I actually supported H3H3 when the video first came out, when the rant first came out. Now, it's pretty clear in the video that he's not very upset about people kind of teasing him. The guy on the show, I don't watch Tosh.0 a lot, but the guy who does it kind of made fun of him at the beginning, and then they did a skit with the actual guy, and he's completely, like making fun of himself and about that specific video with the eggs. So it's kind of clear that he's not really that like upset about it. Now, I'm not gonna go and say that he's one of those people who make fake channels to kind of be funny, like Super Minecraft Kid and people like that. I don't know if you know him, but he's just some kid that turned out to be just, oh fuck, the faggots next door having a party. Anyway, he's essentially just this kid who pretended to be some guy obsessed with Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's. But that's for another day to talk about. So I'm not gonna go and say that this guy doesn't have like any sort of like mental problems. I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but in the video that H3H3 made, he said that he had what's it called? He had autism, and that's kind of like far-fetched, because just because he's kind of awkward doesn't at all mean he has autism or anything like that. I mean, maybe he's pretending to, but honestly, like, that was kind of based off of nothing. Like, if he didn't understand that, if he didn't like do the research to see his Tosh.0 video and stuff like that, then he definitely didn't know anything about his personal history, about his mental state. Anyway, with that aside, I clearly think that H3H3 was trying to start shit by doing this. Like, let's be honest, like, he didn't think this wouldn't be a whole drama thing. Like, he knew damn well that Leafy was gonna make a video about that, and that his fans and Leafy's fans are gonna kind of, you know, both be immature and, you know, just be stupid about it. He knew that clearly, but I personally don't think it's that big of a problem. You know, let them do whatever they want. I personally don't give a shit. But now this is where it starts getting weird. Leafy made a kind of like counter rant to this, and in it starts off kind of fine. You know, he mentions this Tosh.0 stuff and like that. I think he just should have focused on that, because then he pulls up Skype conversations with him and with Leafy and H3H3. Every time I say H3H3 and I'm dehydrated like I am right now, I say it really weird. I apologize for that. But it's kind of weird. He shows Skype conversations to like the public, which first of all, no one knows if that's true, if like it's a legit Skype convo. And second of all, it's fucking weird, dude. Like, I mean, think about it. If you showed like random Skype conversations and didn't even hide their identity, just told them who the guy is, that's really weird, you know? You shouldn't do that. It's just the kind of thing. Make your point, but like, I understand he wants evidence, but it's not really evidence because anyone can fake a Skype convo. It's not that difficult. So that's kind of where the whole thing falls apart, because you have H3H3, I said it right that time, on one side making like some argument out of nowhere. And although I do agree Leafy is clickbaity, all his videos are kind of picking on people, it does have to be said that most of the people he's picking on are either like super successful and clearly don't care about, you know, Leafy making fun of him, or are most likely fake accounts, like people like Super Minecraft Kid and you know, people like that. Remember back in the old YouTube days, and everyone thought Fred was actually like retarded, or at least some people did. I remember though. I mean, now it sounds stupid because everyone knows him, but back then there's some people who thought Fred was like legit and sounded like that and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of the situation that's going here, and that's the situation with most people that Leafy makes fun of. Just look at any of his videos, you'll see that it's kind of a joke. Now, if the people who's making fun of are like legit people that are kind of weird or whatever, it is kind of a dick thing to center your whole channel around making fun of people. But clearly people like that. Anyway, so that's kind of my point about those two people. And now I'm going to kind of go about their fans, okay? I don't understand why people, first of all, get so upset about this stuff, because I know it sounds kind of hypocritical because I'm making a whole video about that, but this is kind of one of my main points about this video. These are between two people, you know. I personally like both of their content, you know. They're both sometimes Leafy's fans make him a bit overrated, you know. He makes videos every day and like they're kind of repeats, or it sounds like he's making up stories. But look, I'll admit, I watch his videos. I'm subscribed to both of them. I think they both make, you know, entertaining content. I can make fun of them, or not make fun of them, but bash on their content as much as I want. But if I watch them, it's not really fair for me to say, oh, this guy's shit. Because if it's entertaining me, and it's entertaining clearly millions of viewers, then it's kind of fair game to pretty much do that. Of course, like I said, Leafy kind of being a dick to some people is an exception, but I already went over why he's not really being a dick to those people. Anyway, now you have both of their like 12-year-old fanboys. I'm not 12 actually. I'm 15, so I'm exempt from that group. You know, I'm like a year apart, 2 years apart. Fuck. I sound like a fucking idiot when I make these videos, but guys, just pretend this didn't happen. Anyway, they have these like 12-year-old fanboys that are super invested in it. I'm like, dude, shut up, just like both of them, or even if you don't like one of them, you don't have to pick a side. And also, no one gives a shit about why Leafy is a faggot, or why H3H3 is just some like wannabe Leafy or something like that. Like, Leafy has like 500,000 more subscribers than him, but once you get over the million mark, then it's pretty like, then you can kind of say everyone up there are kind of the same level, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm straying off too much, and I apologize for the faggots who are listening to fucking, wait, let me listen to what music they're... Oh, it just stopped. They heard me, guys. I think they're viewers of Tohami Productions. They're part of that 226 subscriber army. Anyway, that's it for today. I apologize for me rambling or getting off topic. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, but don't tell me that I suck because it really makes me feel upset. And subscribe if you have not already. And I'll see you in the next video.